Hello and welcome to the 2018 Great Lakes Open. We are here in Milford, Michigan.
Yes,
and
we are.
We've got a new commentary. We've got Big Germ and AJ Risley. Big Risley, I think?
Oh, yeah, Big Riz.
Bigsley?
I don't know, Bigsley.
You guys vote on what you think the
comment
name
below
is.
what you think it should be. Who do we got? We got Garrett Gurthie.
Yeah, we got MJ, Reid Frescura.
And Oakley Dokley himself.
Eric Oakley. And
Salt Lake City's finest.
that's right. Hole 1, par 3, 477 feet.
What a start to a round.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We've got a huge elevation drop. I believe we're going down 64 feet.
Something like that. Something crazy. Did anybody even birdie this hole? It's a tough one.
Yeah, there were a couple birdies throughout the day.
Look at Garrett just hydrating right off the bat. That's pro tip right there.
That's right. We got a big course today. Got to stay hydrated. You're walking big plains, big meadows the whole time you're in the sun. If you don't stay hydrated, you are going to lose consciousness by hole 7.
True. Very true. At least in the practice rounds. It was insane out there in the practice rounds.
Now, one thing in the practice rounds, we did have a lot of heat, not much wind. Now the heat is subdued, and we've got a lot of wind. It's just switched up on us.
Yep. At least there's no rain.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Well, if you can't see that, then you ain't looking.
Look at that shot.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
Yeah, Garrett going with a mid-range turnover shot. If you got the power to throw the mid-range turnover, that's the way to go.
Yeah. Ooh.
And Charlotte, North Carolina's hometown's finest, Michael Johansen, the big hippie. This is a guy that when I started playing in North Carolina, this is the guy I looked up to.
Yeah.
And he throws the smoothest turnover shots you will ever see.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
He's the reason the Comet has made a reappearance in the modern age of disc golf.
Oh, yeah. He makes it look like an actual comet flying through the night sky through the woods of Carolina.
Right, that's typically how comets fly. And we've got lefty Reid Frescura. We have a lot of big right to left turning holes on this course, so Reid is going to have a big advantage in those cases. Hole 1 is no exception here as he goes with a big high stalling hyzer.
Yep.
And that's a bit wide.
Yeah, he kind of pulled it out there a little bit.
And Eric Oakley here.
Putter shorts today. Putter shorts.
You got putter shorts, putter pants, and Oakley Dokley. We've already got 3 nicknames for him. He hasn't even thrown a shot yet.
I mean, that just speaks to the character of Eric Oakley right there. Oh, what a guy. Oh, man.
And that is exactly the way you have to throw this, but it just looks
Nice
like
and
it's
tight.
Doesn't quite want to get far enough right, and that's just the hard thing about this hole is it's so far right and so far that to throw the hyzer, you have to have like 500-foot hyzer sidearm range, and that's just a very rare trait.
It's big distance for a forehand.
And MJ's thrown towards the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle manhole.
Yeah,
there
towards the wrong hole, Oakley said.
And that's typically what you're going to see. That there's not too many people that can get down in that range of putting. Garrett found himself in circle 2, and it looks like Eric's actually in circle 2 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, decent line. Not quite enough power. He's checking the wind. I don't know if that really messed with him that much. Another circle 2 look. Oh, trying to float her in there. Did anybody 2 this hole?
There were 2 on the day, I believe. Actually, you know what? It says that Edward Ward and Noah Latinga got it, but I believe I saw that Grady Shue. Oh, I'm sorry.
In this round.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, there were 5 players that birdied the hole.
Out of what? How many players do we have? Like 140?
There's many of them. And it's not quite that many, but it's still very different.
It's a lot. Good cleanup there. Gotta get the gallery. Gotta get the gallery going early there.
Oh, yeah.
No! It's okay. Plenty of holes. Now, Reid is from Michigan.
Actually, I didn't know that he was from Michigan.
Yeah. Do you think that'll play, do you think that'll be a factor?
It could be, yeah. I think home field advantage always gets people in the right mindset. But here we are, hole 2, par 5. an eagleable par 5 at 726 feet, but it plays close to 1,000 feet just because you're going up this hill the whole way, it seems like, and footing on your second shot, and even your third shot can be really tricky. And if you're off the fairway, forget about it. You're taking a par, maybe not a bogey.
A par which almost feels like a bogey.
But with this being a par 5, this is the easiest hole in the course, coming in average of 4.38. So it's one that you really feel like you got to get that 4 and move on.
He's right there up on the middle of the hill. He's got that uphill run up for his second shot like you talked about. Some players you might see lay up short just so they have a flat run up.
That's right.
Oh, Reid, no.
This angle, the high grass makes that right there is a good indication that you're a little bit too tight. His angle isn't going to be completely cut up, I don't think, but
I hope not.
Yeah, it certainly reduces his ability to get up the hill on that second.
Oakley going lucid enforcer.
And just a nice low shot. No frills, but if you were to go huge on the shot, you might get another 40 feet.
Yes.
Because this hill it doesn't look like that steep of an incline, but well, I don't want to say anything before Garrett throws. He turns this one over, and this one is not heading to the place you want. Oh goodness.
Oh boy. Did not see a kick.
And yeah, that's what you're looking for when you start trailing off that direction. And I mean, the camera guy's barely able to even find him, and that can happen so many places in this course. The toboggan is a temp course.
Right.
So this isn't a course that, this is a toboggan course. People are sliding down this thing in the wintertime. This is not a place where disc golf is played except for really one time of the year. And usually
the hills are nice and wide open and cleared out, but yeah.
But once you get off the rough, it is just...
Yes, sir.
It is very difficult.
Okay. He got some really good height off that uphill run up. That was impressive.
Yeah, it's hard to get your feet underneath you. I typically think that the easiest shot when you're going uphill is a forehand.
Okay.
But it also is sacrificing some distance, and now you have to see Reid having to go with a high angle shot just to get the angle, and that's actually a pretty good executed shot.
From where he was being a lefty and not throwing a lefty forehand hyzer. Pretty good that he ended up in the short grass there.
Yeah.
Nice smooth shot from MJ. What do you think? Undertaker? What's he been ripping on mostly?
I believe he throws the heat for drivers quite a bit. He likes throwing the crank and his bag. Honestly, it's kind of sad. I love playing with MJ, but I hardly ever play in North Carolina anymore, so I haven't been playing with him. And his bag has pretty much stayed the same for a long time. And we're here in Discraft country, so not surprising to see MJ make his way up here. And,
right.
And pay his allegiance to his sponsors. A nice shot there from Garrett. I believe he's going to have that putt for par.
Yeah. Which, from where his drive landed and where a couple of his subsequent shots landed, that'll be a good par save.
Yeah. Oh.
And what did he caught something coming in.
Caught an early tree that's going to leave him about circle's edge.
Right.
MJ with a little, probably, I'm guessing that's a banger. He loves throwing those bangers.
Yes, he does.
ESP banger has been his approach disc for 10 years.
Oh, and Eric's putting this.
Yeah. That's the advantage of going big 2 shots in a row and keeping it in the middle. Just nice little easy layup there. Tap in birdie.
There you go. Oh,
great
baby.
putt.
The suspense was building, and the payoff was worth it. Great birdie, Reid. Off after that drive?
Yeah, it's a really nice recovery shot. And short par putts missed from Garrett Gurthie in the first 2 holes. He's 2 over through 2. MJ, it's going to be difficult to catch all of his putts today. He spends about 0 seconds lining up his shot. So if the cameraman's not ready, they're going to miss these tap outs. So if that happens...
If you're rounding down with only one significant number, yes, 0 seconds.
0 seconds is the entire time. Putt. Yeah, and that includes the flight time to get to the basket.
True. And the pickup time.
Right.
From disc leaving his hand to big disc to mini disc.
On to hole 3.
Hole 3.
900.
Oh, look at this.
Are you kidding me?
A couple kids rolling down the hill having some fun.
Oh my gosh.
Just
sorry.
enjoying a nice summer day out at the toboggan.
Jesus. All right. 915 feet. This is a bomber par 4 that can be reached in 2 shots easily. Crazy thing about this hole, it is a huge elevation drop, 64 feet. But that's
probably the biggest on the course.
Actually,
maybe?
It's not even. It's,
okay. Dang it.
You see MJ here trusting that headwind. There is a big headwind ripping up this hill. And MJ, even with that hyzer, wasn't able to keep it from drifting off right.
Yeah.
And this is one of the worst places on the course to get off the fairway.
Yeah, you do not want to go right. I told people practicing, like, don't go right. If you go right, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. I agree with that stipulation. I wouldn't be friends with him either.
That's a decent shot.
Yeah, and he's actually in the fairway of hole 13, which is inbounds. The only out of bounds on the course is road, and on 18, the rope will be OB on the left. But other than that, this course is wide open in terms of out of bounds. It's just the length and the elevation, and wow. This is what you really want it to look like, getting that full flight. Unfortunately, that high grass is going to play a little bit tricky for footing.
Yeah.
But if
he's got a flat run up, he's got an opportunity. Now, let's go back to that right side, which is not OB. It's just the nastiest rough you've ever seen. And it's so nasty that they have a drop zone in the middle of the fairway if you lose a disc on that right side.
It's very common. And Garrett does not have anything to do with the right side, just rips down the hyzer flip on the left side, which is fair game down there, like we said. And MJ with a nice recovery shot here from in the woods. And
that ain't bad.
yeah.
Oakley. Oh man. I feel like a round with Eric Oakley doesn't need commentary.
No.
From us.
Let's just shut up.
Yeah. Reid.
What? That didn't last long.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. Well, because Eric's like slouching. He's thinking about his next shot. Why?
He needs to provide something for us here.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do it in form of a throw.
Ooh.
And this is a nice line out wide, hyzering in.
Oh, hello.
Almost drawing metal.
He might have.
Yeah, it was.
He might have.
Right underneath the basket. May have nicked the pole coming in.
And there you go. That's that hyzer approach. It works.
And Garrett is just a little bit too far right here. That's pulled a bit. It's inside. And that blacking disc wall, like we said, there's really no out of bounds. It's just there to promote the sponsors.
Yeah. So thank you, Black Ink Discs.
Yeah. And all of our sponsors here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Oh, my God. All right. And there's MJ showing off the, that's the expletive purple banger. That's what we call it in North Carolina. I'm not going to say what we really call it, but that thing has been thrown very well for a long time.
If you've got a sweet tooth, you might call it the fudge and purple banger.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Comment below if you
don't comment below. Just leave that one alone.
If you thought that was a decent joke,
just leave that one alone. Garrett coming up a bit short there from about 55.
Solid.
Eric with a great birdie.
Who is he waving to over there? The deer? Did you see that? He waved to everyone on his
There
left.
was actually a Wolverine that if you actually pause it back, go back a minute, you can actually see it just over the hedges.
There you go, Reid.
And coming in right about the middle difficulty on the course. The tricky thing is it's not that far to get there. Once you get down the hill, as long as you're not in the woods,
right,
and you don't have a tricky approach, the shot isn't that difficult in terms of 2 shots. It's just don't get lost.
Yes.
Which no one did. So congratulations.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Hole 4, 580 feet, par 4. This is a shot where you want to throw either a hyzer backhand or really just a hyzer backhand. Turnover forehand works, or if you're a lefty, turnover backhand works.
Those trees that we just passed, that's a good spot to be because then you've got this little uphill approach with some rare dirt.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of dirt on this course.
Which is pretty amazing.
So you might as well take advantage of it and try to slam one into there and
maybe grab a bag of it for grip.
Very good point.
Yep.
I might do that today.
And Eric just a little bit too wide or tight. I can't quite tell. I think that he was trying to go to the right side of those trees there, but he's still looking at it. But
He's at the base of those trees, so if he's
Right.
at the base, he won't have to worry about trying to get past them or through them. So
that's a
we'll
good
see.
point. And MJ's
MJ.
squirts there. That's kind of
He's caught up a little bit, but really, are trees even like an obstacle for him? I think he's gonna find a way.
He's a magician, man. The guy's a wizard in the woods. He's even got the long wizard hair.
Yeah,
And Reid going over the top of this big high turnover.
get through it.
Yeah, that's huge. That's going to set him up for a really short, maybe
worked.
slightly turnover, a backhand putter approach or something like that.
Yeah. Oh man, Garrett is looking to go big.
Yeah, he's 2 over through 2. He's got some making up to do right now.
Kaboom! There it is.
Yeah, that's big.
Is he doing it?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he's right in the middle.
He's doing it.
Yep.
He's doing it.
Yeah, and this is one where the funnel up to the pin is very tight, so not landing in this little area here where we see MJ throwing a nice little low ceiling turnover up the hill.
He almost got it.
Yep, not quite turning it over enough, but still within. Well, he's Christmas shopping there,
It's Christmas. Yeah. In July. Smart.
saving money.
Yeah. Saving money, and then you just get to focus on the food that you're making
That's
on
right.
Christmas Day. You don't have to worry about like going out to the mall
That's
or
right.
wrapping presents or
No,
anything.
you get the stress-free Christmas is the way to celebrate Christmas.
That sounds lovely.
And Garrett with a nice little backwards leaning fadeaway uphill approach, and Eric is up there putting to go 3 down through 4 holes off to a really great start.
That would be a really good start.
Yeah. And look at this. These people are
Ooh.
using the
Whoa!
dirt that you're talking about. Oh, no.
No.
Oh, and there's
Dude, that thing is just pedaling through the rough there.
that's charcoal on Christmas morning.
Ew. Coal in the stockings. Reid, what have you done? Oh,
Almost.
dang. I had like a punchline set up for if he made that, but
Yeah.
come on, Reid.
I guess there's no point in sharing it.
No.
MJ from awkward stance, unable to get to the basket from about 32.
And you might see a lot of that on like you said earlier, a temp course like this. Some of the rough just isn't as cleaned up as you'd like it to be. So
Garrett
Tough
is
putts,
throwing his hands in the air.
Yes.
Tough putting start. That one barely got in there too, but you know what? It's in there, and
It's in.
He's got his first birdie of the round.
The scorecard doesn't have any pictures, but
Nope.
we're watching a moving picture.
Yeah, it's constantly changing.
So, yeah.
And looks like Eric is going to come up here and tap in this.
I hope so.
Hole 5.
Hole 5.
Yeah, this one's a very strange hole that requires a very tricky type shot here. You have to go 300 feet, probably place closer to 325 or so.
It's a little uphill.
Is it very up? Yeah, well, kind of up. Yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah,
Slightly.
We've got about 24 feet of elevation.
Whoa.
And the play that's really tricky here is that you have to decide if you want to go right side or left side of this initial tree. Most people are going to go left side of it.
Yeah.
And Eric going with a steep hyzer line.
With the felon.
Oh, wow. And he is parked. He's going to be 4 down through 5, and that could not have been any closer.
Dude.
To smacking.
Yes, please.
Let's
follow it.
Let's see how close he gets to this big
Felon
oak here.
FollowFlight. Dude,
Oh.
what?
My gosh. And that's what that hyzer line does. If you don't throw something that flips up, you're making that gap a lot smaller. But hey, sometimes if the disc's on that much angle, you make the disc smaller too.
That's very true.
Does that make sense?
That does make perfect sense. And speaking of smaller disc through the tree gap, same gap with the roller? Possibly
Wow.
4.
So Garrett has somehow managed to not hit a single tree through a thickly forest here, and yet
And that's what you get with a roller like that. That's
Yeah.
what you were explaining.
right, exactly, the disc vertical somehow gets skinny.
And if this isn't an MJ hole on this course, I don't know what is.
It's such a hard backhand turnover, but if
It
anyone
is.
can do it, it's the magician, and he has come up a bit short there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he hit a tree. I think he just hit a limb.
Lefty hole?
And that is the way to throw this hole. Hopefully he gets rewarded. It does not. He kept it tight with a nice hyzer flip up line. MJ 36. I don't know. I believe that's more like 50.
I see a flag, but yeah, that did look a little.
Yeah, he said it right. Almost.
Almost. Ooh.
Reid's going to leave a little bit more than he'd like probably for that comebacker.
A little bit too much juice in the carafe.
Yeah.
A little throwback.
Say too much candy in the stocking.
Oh, man.
Garrett with I believe that was a sonic sidearm.
Few shrimps left on the barbie.
Oh my god. Jeez.
What?
Nothing. I love it. I love it.
Man.
And Reid does make good with his peppermint candy cane tap in.
Ooh. And we've got Junior Mintz over here tapping in for birdie.
4 down through 5.
Oh, he's heating up.
Yeah, he is.
Ladies and gentlemen. He was already heating up after hole 3.
Yeah, we're all heating up in our practice rounds. Jeez.
Oh, gosh.
Hole 6, par 4, 632 feet.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hole where you really just want to get this tree here right on the left side of the fairway is kind of a good indicator. You want to be just past that a little bit if you can and in the fairway. If you're off the fairway, again, it is thick and it is uncomfortable and it makes you sweat. Yeah. So keep it in the middle there and it'll give you a good approach shot to this very hilly green.
And then, really you're just trying to get under the right or the rear driver's side tire of that truck, and then you've got to tap it.
Oh yeah, of course. And Eric will
will
not be 5 down through 6, and he'll be lucky to be 4 down through 6 after that.
Yeah, he might have something. We'll see, but just trying to bite off a little bit too much, and he overpowered it a little, I think.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he was, but I just think that it was just a bit of a shank. I mean,
okay.
It just seems like Eric's form, sometimes, like that is such a unique form to himself, and
Right.
and he's great at it. But every once in a while, just like all players, sometimes you just pull it.
Yeah.
And Garrett's off to the left side. He might have a pretty good look from there. MJ has also turned it over just like Eric.
And you can see that wind starting to pick up. A little headwind on this hole in trying to hit this gap. Mm-hmm. Not a fun combination.
No.
I mean, unless you like a challenge, then yeah, it's a
Then that would be
pretty
a very
fun
combination.
But
And Reid making the same mistake I made, and that, I will tell you, is a very scary approach. Bringing those trees into play for the second shot is not what you want to do.
no. See what Eric can do.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it managed to make it up quite a good distance before it hit a tree.
Yeah,
Could be looking at a fairly easy par save. So, yeah,
I hope so.
Oh, Reid's going for the straight low line.
A little hyzer flip action.
And, yeah, he should be up there somewhat near where Eric's is, which leaves really nothing in the way besides about 90 feet of air.
True. Yeah. And, uphill basket, but it kind of drops off a little bit
Yeah.
on the backside and on the left and the right.
Right.
So
We got a turtle mound.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. I've seen a snapping turtle on this hole.
I have too. 2013.
Okay, so it's
This is
not just a cute nickname for this hole. It's factual references.
And Garrett is going
Good
to
shot.
go for his second birdie in 3 holes. And that will put him at even par if he can make that tap in, which I'm giving him pretty good odds of him making that.
Oh, yeah.
Eric, a little bit short.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That'll do. Do we have any cool nicknames for under the basket? I mean, like valet parking?
No, gosh, no.
That's played out.
I mean, those are fun when you. I think like each region has their own like way
Oh,
of,
sure.
like obviously Park City, Utah, giving you parking ticket, and There's infinite numbers of those as Eric makes his par
Good par
putt.
save.
But, I don't know what Michiganders say.
I mean, they've got the, when you, it's like, hey, where are you from in Michigan? And then you put out your right palm and you point on the mitten to where you're at.
Maybe the basket is like the hand, and they just point to their hand.
Yeah.
Like under the basket. And look at that. Crowd loves it.
Yeah.
Garrett is in for his 3. That's a quality 3. It's a
good 3.
Yeah, it really is so important to throw 2 quality shots. You really can't make your birdie on one here, so
Yeah.
it shows a well-played hole there for Garrett. Hole 7, par 4, 483 feet. Really, the really difficult part of this one is obviously just getting through this initial gap, which is really tight, low ceiling, and then you want to finish out left.
Get left
of this tree here, and once you do that, there's nothing else in the way. It actually is kind of begging for a throw-in, because you have this uphill green here, and you can run your shot and have no worries of. But
perfect backstop.
Right.
Go ahead and run it. Garrett.
Oh yeah.
He did it.
He definitely did it.
He's out there, and he's out there.
Yeah, that's all. It's really that's the name of the game.
Can we get a FollowFlight?
pinch through this gap here, and then you are set up for your birdie.
Yes,
it's the second easiest hole in the course next to hole 2, and it's one that you really feel like you must pick up.
Right. Especially if you hit the gap like Eric just did.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing
real nice.
Nothing that tricky about the approach. It's just.
And what do you think? What are the odds of MJ hitting this gap right now?
I'd say really, really good.
No! Oh my!
The Wizard
I just lost $1,000. That's like,
wow,
that's a lot of money for me.
Why did you lose $1,000?
Because I bet my $1,000 that he would make that one gap.
To who?
I can't tell you.
Oh my gosh! Did you really just lose $1,000?
I mean,
oh man!
Can you not tell from how like?
Yeah, you look anguished. Ladies and gentlemen, he's anguished, and MJ actually managed to get through the gap and is still.
Ooh, I'll make $1,000 if he gets a birdie.
Oh no!
Please sit. No, that's my $1,000. Oh gosh! I don't do commentary every week like you. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not rich.
Oh yeah, there's big money in doing commentary. That's why I do it, ladies and gentlemen. And Garrett with a nice little hyzer run, almost. It looked like he was close to maybe being close to making it.
I think he was.
He wasn't like close to making it, but close to being close.
Yeah, close enough.
And Reid pitches his up there.
Ooh.
And I bet you Eric is thinking.
He's thinking, oh man, I need to make up that par that I just got.
Oh, I think he was thinking about food. Buckets. Did he say buckets?
I hope he did.
I think that's what he said.
Or else we'll have to use that bleep button a little early. Buckets.
MJ just short. There's $2,000, or is it just single $1,000?
No, it was like a double or nothing.
Okay.
Which,
what does that mean? You lost both?
I don't know.
So you're down $2,000.
Attaboy.
And Eric is continuing that hot start, 5 down through 7. Yeah, you hear that? That was a sigh of relief.
Back on the birdie train. Or maybe the birdie cruise. They stopped off at the par port. The part, if you will.
Now I'm done.
Now he's back on the birdie cruise.
I can't do it anymore.
That was not the one that I had planned either. That was not the joke I had planned.
Oh my gosh.
That one I just kind of came up with. All right, whatever. Hole 8.
Hole 8, 462 feet. Just a really wide swinging hyzer.
This is a unique hole.
It
Because you're
is.
teeing off from like a little balcony. Trying to go over those trees. Breaking hard left.
Yeah.
And today, the wind was pushing left to right. So these hyzers that we're about to see 3 of these gentlemen throw will get pushed down.
64 feet in elevation, though, so getting it high is key here to battle that left to right wind that you mentioned.
Yes. And
that's what Garrett has done.
Speaking of high.
And no shortage of power, as we all know. Garrett catches that early canopy, and that's really the trick, like you can throw the hyzer shot and they're relatively consistent, but will it crash through? Will it get you a park job, or are you going to have to try to make a 40 to 50 foot putt?
Yeah. And this
is just
and
way
there's that
too
wind
straight.
that just kind of pushes it down.
And he never had it high enough or tight enough, and that was just maybe a misrelease. I don't know if he wasn't trying to get too aggressive. There is that early limb right off the tee pad that can be a bit scary, I suppose.
Right.
So maybe that was in his mind a bit.
Oh, there we go. Lefty forehand, Reid.
This is a far hole for a lefty forehand, but Reid is showing.
He's doing it.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That's inside circle 2. He's probably 55 feet or so uphill.
Yeah, I think
or downhill from the basket.
Yeah, something like that. I think the tough part about this hole is you got to get it left enough, but you got to get it far enough. And it's tough to do both. You'll see a lot of guys do one or the other. Like Garrett got it left enough, but not far enough. And Eric got it far enough, but not left enough.
Yeah, and MJ threw that one perfect, but hit the canopy and dropped down. But he will be looking at a makeable putt.
Yeah.
Eric, however, will have to be pitching up his approach.
Smart.
And a well-executed, touchy short shot.
Ooh, a little Sammy Hagar putt. 55.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Drano.
Dang. Oh, and the SloMez.
Oh, yeah, give him the SloMez. He earned it there. Dude. On the pole from 55. Great putt.
Gracious. That's, I mean, it's time for a funeral because that was dead center. That's not very good. I'm sorry.
Oh, my. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
MJ from 36. MJ, man, this is, if you guys remember from last year's.
Was that Green Mountain?
Green Mountain.
Dude, he was
just.
Ooh!
Wow.
Ooh, baby!
He had to use his sorcery skills to hold that one in the basket.
he's explaining it to Eric, and Eric's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It counts. I've done it before.
And Garrett's up and in for his par. And Eric will be tapping in for his as well.
And these guys are loving the crowd and how engaged they are.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah. But I think it's just, a relay of energy. They're putting out so much positive energy, and the crowd is just bouncing back like a reflector.
Hole 9,
sunlight.
452 feet, par 3, plays like, I don't know.
It's a tough par 3. Is that what you're trying to say?
560 feet. Yeah, well, the thing, yes. It's a very tough par 3. It's incredibly far uphill. It's very difficult to throw 57 feet uphill. And to somehow go that far uphill and then get underneath this one tree that you see at the top of the hill, which is really the only gap to get there.
Yeah.
And so Reid plays his shot wide and incredibly well, actually. That's going to give him like 60 feet, which is about as close as I've seen anyone throw to this pin.
Yeah.
Now, if anybody can do something crazy here and change my mind about how reachable this hole is, it would be Garrett. But it looks like he was trying to throw a roller that did not work out.
I hope he didn't go like down the path to the next tee.
Yeah, that would be really, really bad.
Eric going, he's just playing at that tree.
Yeah.
Smart play.
Oh,
whoa!
She said don't, and it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said. And
he's
that's
right.
Kind of what I think Garrett's probably did as well. He probably hit something thick over there on the left side and stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got the,
decent.
You got the Eric Oakley, of approval.
Yeah. Good job.
And Garrett,
oh, man.
Didn't make it too far down.
Yeah. But he almost got that path. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Ooh. Man.
Almost sonic boomed it.
Did anybody to this? Can anybody to this? Let's look at our stats, and 2 people toed it.
Let's see if any of them were in this card.
Yeah.
Nice little approach there from Eric. And MJ's bid at 2 has gone wayward left.
He wanted to be in there.
Reid could be our savior here.
I can be your hero, baby.
Yeah.
All right, who do you think got the 2?
I think Paul Macbeth and Drew Gibson, but that's because I just looked it up.
Yeah, I looked at it too. And are you really surprised? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
Yes, I am surprised.
Hypothetical
this hole
situation.
Is incredibly hard. It's the second hardest hole in the course.
It plays really long for a par 3.
But, it's actually surprising. At 3.2, that's not that hard of a scoring average for the second hardest hole in the course. And that's something that you'll see at the toboggan course, is that there are a lot of holes that are bonus birdies like this one that feel great to birdie, but feel horrible to bogey. Who put the thumbs up there?
That's got to be Oakley.
Oh my gosh.
And a thumbs up because he's like, hey, I'm 5 down through 9.
Yeah,
what a
great start for Eric. Reid 3 down and to the front 9. We've got some pretty hot scores, guys.
Bunch of 6s.
Yeah, 6
That's
down
good.
From a group of people and 5 down from another group of people. But we've got some players that are going to be coming and making a charge in the back 9. Make sure you do not go away. Check out the back 9 of the first round of the 2018 Great Lakes Open.